This may be a long recording, but I'm not sure. But I think it's an important thing. You know, some people would find it just funny and far-fetched if you were to talk about some things that have to do with actual spirituality, like the 144,000 light workers and all that kind of stuff that people talked about in the Bible. And, you know, if you talked about chakras and energy centers in your body and, you know, how they're shaped like flowers or something has to do with like things of nature and how your body's made up like of these things and those things. And this material is what makes this organ, and this mineral is what feeds these bacteria that fight these negative bacteria in your body. And the chakras or the energy centers, they all have colors and shapes that, you know, reside in our body that actually help us grow as a person when we actually get to know about the elements of water and the different meanings of the colors and the different energy centers in our body and how they are in shaped like the petals of flowers. If you were to tell people some of these things, or, you know, there are tons of people who talk about these things, but the people that don't understand them or think that they're stupid are the same people that are okay with having a reality that's based around a piece of money that has worth in it because the ideas of the people holding it think that it's worth something, or the idea that somebody on the TV saying that blah 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 this means something because, you know, I'm not sitting in front of him, I'm not watching him on TV, but if I was to watch him on TV, all the things he's saying that are happening for people definitely aren't happening for me. I'm not even in that world. I'm not governed by a government. I may be a quote-unquote American citizen because I live on a spot of land that we all believe to be called America, because it's not even called America. Nothing is called anything. If you actually know what life's about, you feel it and you just understand it, and you don't have to worry about all the labels and all the things we call stuff. It's actually sort of immature, and it's sort of stupid. I mean, people just didn't know what to do, so they just started putting names and labels on things. And then they just got confused and more confused and more confused. You know, like there's no reason for any of this stuff. I mean, all we got to do is survive, eat, survive, grow, expand, become smarter, be more intelligent. Fight each other? No, that's like our bacteria fighting each other in its body. You know, like we are on top of the earth. The earth is a big living thing, and we are the creatures living on it. And people are stupid. So if you take every person in the world, say that there wasn't 7 billion or whatever, you just take enough, say enough people to make a big crowded room, and that was all the people in the world, okay? And they were all had different personalities and different ideas, and, you know, different ways of thinking, you know. And if it was to say, right now, everybody talk it out, why would they not be able to? Without all the material things, without all the weapons going on, without all the stupid religious ideas people have, like, why couldn't they talk it out? Would somebody have to throw a temper tantrum and jump up and down and say, I'm not getting my way, I'm mad? No. The whole world right now should fucking be listening to me. Not because I'm me, Dan Alexander, but because my spirit is in tune with all. I'm saying this as if everybody in the world is family. I love every person in the world. There's no person in this world that I don't love. Literally. Unconditionally. And I mean that from my heart. Not this the love like I love you, Aunt Bessie. See you next year at Christmas time. That's not love. You just do that because you say it. You feel like you have to. It's part of a ritual, a routine, a family routine. Get into a routine where you love everybody and you accept them for what they are. And if they don't believe in things you believe in, hey, that's fine. Then just get yourself away from them. Don't kill them. Don't label them as a bad person or something wrong with them because they think the same thing about the things that are different about you. So what is the big deal? Why can't people work things out? Because everybody wants to be right. You know what the most fucked up thing is? I'm right. But I'm not going to go around telling people that in a too rude way, because when I say right, and I'm comical about it and I spell out R-I-T-E instead of R-I-G-H-T, whatever. When I spell it out and say that, I'm just saying that's the righteous way. That is the righteous way. Accepting things for what they are. Because once you start accepting things for what they are, there won't be any more war. Because accepting things for what they are in yourself is where it starts. If each person accepts things for what they are, then why would there need to be a war? If every single person accepted things for what they are, there wouldn't be the wrong things because they wouldn't be doing the things that they didn't like and that they knew hurt them. People aren't going to do things like even punch other people or hurt other people unless they agreed amongst each other that they like it. That would be an agreement. That wouldn't be a disagreement. The things that we don't like right now would still be done, maybe. Death, I don't think there'd be a reason to kill. Rape, there definitely wouldn't happen. If there was acceptance, these things that go wrong in life wouldn't happen. It doesn't mean there wouldn't be what we call violence or competition, but it would be in a way that we understand now that the winner is the winner, the loser is the loser, no big deal, except it's all simple shit. But people blow it out of proportion by, and instead of thinking inside their own mind for a little bit, they'd rather drown it out with, watch TV or go on your phone or call a friend or Snapchat, because it's fucking outside your body. It's all outside stuff. You're trying to distract yourself with the world. Don't do it anymore. Involve yourself with the world, because that's what you're part of. You're not part of your friend's clique, your friend's group like you think you are. And you want to stay that same clique until you grow old and gray? No. You just value it so much that when the day it passes by, you're like, I wonder what happened to everybody. Well, time moves on, man. People upgrade. People, grow more. They expand. They branch out. They don't stick together like we think they do. I love my brothers to death. Don't see them maybe 5 times a year, Love them. Don't know what to even say to them when I talk to them, because I know they're distracted with the other stuff in their life that really doesn't matter. And when I say really doesn't matter, it really doesn't matter. No matter what relationship you have, no matter how much you're in love, so deeply in love, it doesn't matter. Be in love with everyone. Why is the person you're in a relationship more important than a person who's in a relationship with somebody else? They're not. It's just your perspective, because you're confused. And then you tell me that a person like me is an asshole because if you really love someone, you would give up others. You wouldn't like other people if you loved someone. How fucking stupid are the people who say this? Think about what you're saying, okay? Okay. Oh, I think she's beautiful. She's an awesome person. Do I find her attractive? Yes. Would I have sex with her if I was allowed to? Or if the opportunity arose? Yes. Okay. Well, what about that one over there? She's beautiful too. I bet you if I got to know her, she'd be great, because I look for the good things in people, and that's what I see. I don't see bad things in people. And when I start noticing bad things in people, I don't really notice that person anymore. I know what's underneath there, but I know that if I stay around that's just going to suck me down into being something I don't want in my life. And that's what people have to do. If you don't like it, get yourself away from it. Don't curse it. Don't condemn it. Don't say it's wrong, because nothing is really wrong. It's only a personal perspective. It's wrong in your mind. There might be righteous and non-righteous. There may be positive and negative. There may be good vibrations and bad vibrations. But there is no really wrong or right. But it just gets me a little annoyed when I know how much I care about people. I literally care so much about everybody. I look out and I see an old man walking down the street, having a hard time. I just want to jump out and say, sir, can I help you? And then people get angry. I've asked people if I could help them, and they get angry. No, I'm fine. When you could tell they're not fine. They just dropped something. They made a mess. I'm like, here, I'll help you. And they don't know me. Like yesterday, somebody was looking for some thing at a store, and I'm not the employee there. I'm a vendor. I have nothing to do with the store. But the one person was like, I can't find it, whatever. And they were waiting for the employee to come grab stuff down from the shelf. I'm like, oh, I got it. And I grabbed that, and then I was like, is there anything else you need? And she's like, well, you don't work here. And I'm like, so? I'm here a lot. And she's like, well, I can't find the blah, 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 blah. And I went and I found it for her. And then people are like, some people are like, no thanks. Or it's just hard to explain. Like, you ever hold the door open for somebody? One person's like, thank you. You're so nice, or whatever. But then the next person you hold the door for, or someone else will give you a look like, I'm not helpless. I know how to open a door. What are you trying to do, impress me? It's like, no, I'm not trying to impress anybody. I'm just kind because I feel the need. I feel not even the need. I just am kind. I am. That's what it is. When it comes to kind, I am. I'm kind God. But God is more than just the word God. God is a feeling. God is a sense. God's all of those things combined up. God's all the good and bad. But the good and bad, what we consider, are just those things to teach us, man. And once you learn it, you can move on to the lesson. Once you learn addition, you don't go back to 1 + 1 again, do you? Now we know that where we're at as a humanity, as a human race, as a society, a civilization, as a unit, as a one formation. We know where we're at. We know that we're all messed up right now. The whole human race is totally haywire. But now that we know where we're at, we don't have to go back to 1 + 1 anymore. I don't know why people keep seeming like they're starting over and starting over. Every life is supposed to be another chance. But, people get distracted because more things get worse and worse. Well, more negative and more negative. The attitudes of people keep going downhill. I don't mean to say worse, because there is no worse, in my opinion. In my opinion, things are awesome. And my life is great. I stay around the good things that I enjoy. My work sometimes makes me, I'm exposed to people that I don't really necessarily want to be around, but I do at the same time because they need me. They just don't think they do. The people who need things the most will be the first person who says they're all fine. And then they'll say that they don't need any help. You don't understand them. People don't, they're just going through something that no one else has ever been through. I think I've been through everything. Well, I know I've been through everything, but that would be conceited if I said that to people. But I know I've been through everything. In fact, if I haven't been through it, you could tell it to me and I can experience it to the point where I feel like you did. And I know that sounds weird because people don't believe it. See, the people, how I started this whole thing, like if you were to say this stuff about the chakras and the energies and the shapes of the flowers and the colors and how water can affect your mood, like people know these things if they really think about it, but then they think like, oh, that's just it's just a nifty little coincidence or something. It's just a little thing. Those things are actually the most meaningful things in life. Those are what are creating the moments of your life, the things that make you happy, the elements, the realization, the understanding, the involvement, not the staying secluded in your house, doing nothing with anyone else, staying all by yourself and feeling alone. Those are the opposite things of what you should be doing in life. And it's just people are so scared and nervous. Like all the ideas of being, what's the word? People like, I have anxiety. Oh, I have anxiety. Well, give it up. Stop having anxiety. What are you afraid of? You think somebody's going to kill you because they disagree with something you think? Are you that scared of somebody saying, I don't think so? I don't really agree with that. But the funny thing is, how many people are going to actually make brand new, amazing friends and have people that say, hi, I understand you. Instead of being all boxed up and sheltered, go out there and meet people, do stuff, involve yourself. If at first you can't do it with people, get involved with living things, animals, plants. Oh man, they're great. I mean, when I say I love everyone, I don't just mean everyone. I love everything. I love every spirit. I love rocks. I love mud. I love the dirty things and the bugs and I love snow. Like, why would you be mad at snow? Did snow ask to be frozen water to drop down and pile up? Oh, it didn't. It's just part of a life cycle. It's all life cycles. It's all happening around us. It's all alive. I mean, everything is alive. It's amazingly alive. Once you tap into how vibrations are and how the frequencies of, I don't even know if I want to say frequencies, just the living spirits, man. The frequencies, the living spirits of things are amazing. Like, they're so strong that I don't understand how, now that I've touched it, that I didn't feel it all along, and how other people aren't feeling it. But I know that there are tons of people out there feeling it because I feel it getting stronger every day. And that just means that the people around me are getting stronger too, which is great. I love it. I feel like I'm affecting people, but not because I want to turn them into me or I want to turn them into Dan fans, because I don't see myself as Dan Alexander anymore. I don't. The only reason I do is because I'm holding on to my storyline because my mom and dad love me, and I love my mom and dad. But I don't, that's why you don't call your mom their name unless you're disrespecting them. Why is it disrespect? Because you're putting them down to just their human form. You know who they really are? They're they're the ones they're your escort to life. Whether they treated you like shit after that, they brought you here. So you should thank them for that, even if it was a mistake. Well, guess what? Even through some flawed event, you're here. So thank your parents for that. Understand that they make mistakes, horrible mistakes sometimes, seemingly unforgivable mistakes. But the one who's suffering from not forgiving is you holding on to it. If you hold on to your hate for your family or whatever until they die, it's still there. You still hate them. But you can still fix it by accepting and forgiving. That's all you can do is try to forgive. Anyway, guys, I got to go get my kids, and I'm so happy. Today's a great day. I just want to say keep faith in the unbelievable, because look around you and think of all the things that are going on that no one would have thought could have happened. A stove, a tea kettle. Back in the caveman days, you think they would have ever thought of a tea kettle? And just like everything. Coffee creamer, a salt shaker, a bag of potato chips, a clothespin, tile on the floor, cardboard boxes, toothbrushes, vitamins. Like, think of all the stuff we have. It's just amazing stuff that nobody would have thought of, and they were all just ideas. And actually, they're all words, too. So just as simple as they're all words, they had to be ideas. Somebody had to think of what are we going to call that? But guess what they had to do before they thought of what they're going to call it? They had to think of how to make it. Just think about that stuff. So then when you think about all the spiritual things they sound so like that's just a bunch of crap. Well, everything was a bunch of crap until people started believing it and seeing it and experiencing it. But now once you start believing something and doing it and experiencing your life, that becomes reality to you. But that's not reality. That's just your own little piece of it. Reality is way more intense than anyone else will ever imagine, or than anyone can imagine. I can't imagine it because I can only see it from my one very vast view of it, because there's so much going on right now that I'd rather stay right here, centered in where I'm at. But eventually I would love to be able to, close my eyes and literally communicate with people in my mind from here to there. And I believe I will be able to. But right now, I'm just learning, getting a hold of this stuff and having people join together. The love is what's important. Like for me to want to be able to fly or be able to read minds, that would be great. But I would use those things in order to help other people learn that this stuff really it happens. It really does work. And if they know that, they're not going to be so against each other anymore. And that's what we need. We need people to stop being against each other. So, I got to go. So, I love you guys, and I'll talk to you later. Stay live. Peace.